is special about my living situation is that the rooms in my apartment have no hallway and are openly connected. This makes the topic of privacy very special because everybody can enter my room, or my sister even has to enter my room to go to the bathroom. This means that privacy and private space in our apartment is more open, and our space we sort of share with everybody else, or it has to be accessible to everybody else. Another thing is with my dad's apartment, he has a very beautiful courtyard which is very green and wild, and for me is a sort of escape to the big city because it also gives community to the entire.
That's the cool thing in Berlin. If you live in these large apartment buildings, most of them have these courtyards, and it's just a way to get into contact with your neighbors, and you can have dinner parties outside here, and you're away from the street but you're still within the houses, and most of them are very green, and it's just kind of like a way to calm down from the outside.
Yeah, and I think that balance is really important and definitely also something I look for in the future, and I think you guys can agree. Balance between having community and space for your friends and others, but also having your privacy, your room.
Yeah, for example, I have that balance at my dad's place. He lives at the lake, which is beautiful because it allows you to go out with your friends, have fun at the lake, and still be in the city but not have the crazy busy streets and the whole work life walking past you. That's just one thing that's really important for me, and I also really look for that in the future, that I have a way to escape from this really exciting and big city but not have to really leave the city. And I think that is just achieved through having nature mixed in with city life basically. Also, coming to living spaces, you can't really choose your living space, especially as a young person. We don't all have a lot of money, not all of our parents can support us with a big apartment, but I've come to realize that that is not that important to have a big apartment.
Yeah. What I realized is that some days when you are out with your friends a lot, you only enter your house for a very short time. You sleep there, you eat there, but you live most of the time outside of your house and do activities. You go to school, you work. It's not the main part.
And Berlin gives you that freedom because you can go anywhere you want, any time, but also restricts you in the way that rent prices are so high, and generally finding a big living space is basically impossible. But at the same time, you don't need it. It's unnecessary to have such a big living space.
Yeah, I think for people our age, it's important to have a place where you can have your privacy, where you can come to yourself, where you can work, where you can sleep, where you can calm down, but maybe also a room that you can share with other people, where you can eat, where you can invite people to. But that's really all you need. You don't need all this excessive space, because all the things that you would do in these rooms you can do outside of your own house.
So I think one way of making your living space your own, since we're not able to choose it freely, is to kind of choose your furniture wisely instead of going out and buying everything at once. You can kind of build that very slowly.
What I always think is very beautiful, if I see an apartment where you can see the history behind the furniture, and you can see how it came to them over a longer period of time. There's so many places where you can buy unique pieces that have a lot of history, that have stood in someone else's house, and then make that your own. Through that, you make your living space so individual and your place to hide away from everything else.
Yeah, I think what also really plays a role is the function of the furniture, because I realized every person is so individual. I think everybody should individually decide, how they use their space, how much furniture they want to use, how much one furniture should function as, if you have one big cupboard for everything, or if you have 5 different ones, because they just fit in with your space and they make you feel comfortable. And I think everybody has to decide that individually.